So I feel like talking about love today. And it's not probably a good, warm, gushy, ooey gooey feeling that you think it's going to be. It's to kind of do some inventory on yourself and maybe the person that you are questioning. Because where there's real love, I don't think that there's uncertainty. And it all comes back to the word of God, right? When we have Jesus being the pattern of love. And I find that today, and we all do this, especially us women, if it even mimics the qualities of love, we call it love. Oh, I love him. And you don't love him. You're very infatuated. You're obsessed. You're highly attracted. You're full of lust. You know, you like a lot. You admire. You respect. You see how there are all these different other characteristics and qualities that may mimic love. So what happens is, instead of being mature enough or knowing how to really, really categorize these emotions, we just say, oh, but I love him. And it turns out there isn't love. You don't love him. You like what he does for you. You don't love her. You like how she makes you feel. And it validates these old wounds that you had before, because so much of what we go through is some old wound lurking around from somewhere. I saw something on the internet today, and it was some celebrity stuff. I'm not going to say who, because I'm not going to get into that. And the person was talking about the significant other, and she's very vocal all the time talking about their relationship, and it's, sad, but neither here nor there. And he was talking about this tattoo that she got of his name. And he says, but wow, when she did it, I saw it and I was like, wow, I needed that. And when he said that, it got me to thinking, y'all. I said, he didn't say, wow, she's this person, or wow, I love her so much, or wow, I wanted to get one to, none of that. It was, I needed that. That let me know, and I could be wrong. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that let me know that, okay, so it was validation is what that did. It wasn't about her. It was about something in you that maybe felt beat down. Something in you maybe needed reassured that someone loved you. Something in you needed to feel a boost of, you know, positivity that made you feel good about yourself. Maybe even an ego stroke. And we have things like these type of characteristics and qualities from people, and we think, wow. And the other person thinks that person really loves me. But let me ask you a question. Do you really love that person? Or do you love how they love you? Mm-hmm. Do you love that person? Or do you love that they love you? Because sometimes it's just that person, and they call all kinds of love bombing and this. I'm not even going to get into all of that. Sometimes that person may genuinely feel that way about you. They want to shower you with, things. They want to make your life easier. They want to be there for you in ways. They want to show up for you. They want you to depend on them, rely, and you love that. But that does not mean you love them. And so instead of being honest with yourself, male or female, and saying, man, it ain't about her. It's about the stuff that she does that I really like. It's not about him. It's about no man has ever came and done these things for me. So you say you love them, and you don't. You don't love that person. You love what they do. You love that they make your life easier. You love that they're a good person. But none of those things mean that you love them. Is it even reciprocal? Do you want to do these things back? Do you wake up every day and say, how can I make their life easier? Or are you just in a state where it's just like, hey, take, 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 take. Yeah, talk to me. Every now and again, I'm sure you throw a bone, just out of gratitude, but out of real, authentic sincerity. I want to do this. I want to do this because I feel that way about you. And I'm going to be honest, in this day and age where everyone is so self-serving, and the Bible talks about in the last days, people will be lovers of themselves. Everyone is so self-serving in the dating pool that it makes it hard. Everyone is about what they can gain from you. Again, what you're bringing to my table. And I'm not saying that to say get with someone who does absolutely nothing for you, but there has to be some type of reciprocity. There has to be where it's reciprocal some way. Yeah, I do this and this and this for her, but you know what? She also does this and this and this for me. I make that person's life easier, but in turn, they make my life easier. These things are where you can actually see the servitude of love, because love is self-serving. Love is being a servant, as Jesus is, right? Or I just find that a lot of the daddy issues, the mother issues that you had. Now, when someone comes and they make that a little better, they're dependable where your daddy was not. They buy you things and your mama didn't. They show up for you and your parents never came to your football games. Talk to me. All these things, and it comes back to you and you think, wow, I really love that person. And you don't. So it really comes a time that we have to stop lying to ourselves to say, how do I really feel about this person so I won't waste their time? And here's another problem that I have. So many people are in situations where you're begging this person to love you. Yeah, you might not be literally begging, but I've seen it. I see it all the time. Oh, you don't do this for me. This person doesn't do this for me. But let's call a spade a spade. Were they ever doing that for you, or did you start off from the beginning bringing out all the stuff that you were gonna do? I did this, and this, and this. You didn't even wait. You just started throwing what you can do. You know why? Let me help you. You were trying to sell yourself. You were trying to sell yourself to that person, and it worked. It worked to an extent. So now you have a person, and now it's not that they love you, they love what you do for them. And who do you blame for that? Blame yourself. If you are a man and you lead with your wallet, you start out doing big shopping sprees and fixing things, and that no problem with that. But you do it too fast, and she hasn't even, shown that type of interest in you. You did that to kind of tilt the scale. So you don't get to come back and be upset when she sees you and she has her hand out, because you have set the standard. You have set the standard and not fall in love with me, not love me, but love what I do. And women, we do the same thing. Oh, you started out real strong. You did this, you did this. He didn't even get a chance to really love you as an individual. He fell for these things that you started doing for him. And so now you better keep doing it. And he still may not feel that way. A lot of times these situationships and these relationships you get in, you are the cause of the problem. You are the cause because you did not. It's as if we're begging people to love us. Look, I'm worthy. See, look what I can do for your life. See, and meanwhile, this person's just sitting back. Thank you. More. Thank you. And then you wonder why you're exhausted. Then you wonder why you're uncertain. Then you wonder why you're feeling insecure in it, because you did that. You did. And we have to start taking accountability to say, did that person ever really show real interest in me? What value did they bring to my life while I was bringing all this value to theirs? When I picked up their clothes for the cleaners and shined their shoes, I just threw that out there. Did they in turn say, hey, but I at least gassed your car up and then in return I cooked your breakfast the next day? Is it reciprocal? And if it is not reciprocal, then guess what? It is probably not love. It is probably someone that is taking advantage of your love for them. And listen, that's okay. It's okay if you didn't realize it. But once you do realize it, it's time for you to say, hey, I got myself into a situation. And then let's do some self-analysis, because it's not just, this is why you ever see a person in a relationship and they keep having the same problems. It's not them, it's you. It's whatever you are doing to attract the same type of person, doing or not doing. It's whatever bait you are using. If you are having the same problem, it's not going to matter that you get rid of this dude. You're going to get the next dude will be the same way. Fellas, I've seen guys like this. It's user after user after gold digger, and he doesn't see, hey, put your wallet up. Put your wallet up. See if she'll go with you to the park and, walk your dog. See if she'll offer to walk the dog or keep the dog while you go on a trip. These things are we're supposed, because these things show character. They show real interest and not what you can do, on who you are. Because ultimately, we want people to love us for who we are. That's real love. And that doesn't mean the best representative of who you are. It's easy to fall in love with the representative. It's easy to love, but I'm talking about on your worst day with all your troubles and all your little quirks and that doesn't mean don't work on your quirks, and that doesn't mean don't work on it. I just mean to really, really, you as an individual, the parts that they don't understand, do they want to understand? Are they showing it? Well, how do you feel about that? Are they trying to connect with you as an individual and not connect with what value you bring to their life? And it's really, really, I had to talk about this today because we live in a world where that is just so prevalent. Unfortunately, we have to be very, very careful on if someone is really, really in it for us and in it for love, or if they're in it for what's going to serve me. So beware and do the inventory to say, have I become so desperate and vulnerable for love that I'm overlooking, male or female, that I am overlooking someone if they really, in regards to what their interest is. So I want your feedback on this. I want us to all do some, meditation. If you're single, this is a good time that we think about these things so we won't get back into bad situations. And so we won't waste anybody's time. And so we can evaluate what we really, really feel for people, because ultimately, I can't speak for anybody else. We want to be better people. We want to be ambassadors for Jesus. We want to be loved. We want to break the mold of all this debauchery that we see out here. Let me know your thoughts on it. Peace out.